There are many challenges that I faced during my senior year, but somebody told me what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and it didn't kill me. I remember senior year was somewhat like a faraway dream, but now that it's here and gone, it seemed like it just went way too fast. This had to be the most hectic year of my life. I don't think I ever worked this hard, and they tell me this is only the beginning. Along with doing an extensive internship, an extensive research paper, a science fair project, a business plan, a portfolio, and an oral presentation, I was in the YSET class whom they pushed a little bit harder than the rest of the seniors. I remember the first marking period when I thought I might as well drop out because of the heavy workload. I had failed math and only passed English with a C. It seemed as though I had worked as hard as I could, but it just wasn't good enough. My biggest problems were, and still are, time management, procrastination, and remembering my assignments. And whoever knows me knows that I have a very, very short-term memory. Sorry. But if I wanted to change my grades, my recollection would have to improve. Procrastination was the reason why the syllabus given to us didn't really help me out per se, but I knew that they'd be giving them in college, so I would have had to get used to it. Because everything I had to do was laid out on one sheet of paper, and it seemed like I had all the time in the world to get everything done, which I didn't, which is why I probably failed math first marking period. But I couldn't settle for that. The next syllabus for math I got for the next marking period, I made a copy and gave one to my mom so she could stay on top of me, and I kept one for myself. For English class, I wrote my assignments in my English book as well as my student planner because repetition brings about mastery. If there's one thing Imhotep taught me, it was never to be afraid to ask for help. My mom has been a big help through my senior year, and I don't thank her enough, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank her now. I never even showed my dad my first report card because I was scared. He had such high expectations for me, and I didn't want to disappoint him. I would like to thank him for his high expectations because I would have never had the drive to bring my grade up to where it is now. I think it's a 3.5 now. Also, my facilitators were a big help. Sister Tamika always pushed us to ask questions. It made math a little bit simpler than it already was. She pushed for our best and didn't stop pushing until she got it. Literally pushed us until she got what she wanted. Ooh, I'm in trouble now. Mathora Darcel pushed us as far as we could go and pushed us even after that. I never thought I would be capable of writing a 22-page research paper with endnotes, a bibliography, and an annotated bibliography. But when you're faced with this option or failing, it's not much of an option at all. She pushed us to do better than our best, and I thank her for that. When I was first asked to do this speech, I gladly accepted, but as soon as I got home, I was lost. I stared at the computer for about an hour before I asked my mom for help. She told me to write about how African-centered learning has helped me academically as well as personally. And when I went to school, Mama Asia told me the same thing. So I figured that's what I should probably do. And I thought I started doing real good. And I came to school to see if I was okay. And Mama Asia dropped on me some real bad news. I had to try to memorize this whole speech. When I told her I wasn't going to do it, she didn't let me quit because she knew I was capable of doing what I needed to do. I would like to thank her for pushing me to my limit. Well, if I had to memorize this whole thing, I had got to start working on it. But I remember she told us we could write little things on index cards to help us remember what we were going to write. So I figured if I can put my whole speech on index cards, I'll be okay. Work smart, not hard, right? Right, Miss Thor? I decided against the index cards. I just put the whole paper up in front of me. Writing this speech was truly a challenge, but like all my other challenges, writing a research paper, putting together like 50-page portfolio, doing an oral presentation in front of everybody, including a panel of judges, I overcame and finished. Thank you, class of 6245, for a wonderful 4 years. Because of you, I'm now able to embark on a new journey that will lead me to happiness and success.